Combined Air Operations Center at 1300 today. Some 39 aircraft were involved in a strike against the Udbina airfield in Croatia. The reason that Udbina was struck was because the United Nations Protection Force requested that it be done. The United Nations asked the NATO authorities to authorize that strike, and the NATO authorities responded positively and did so. Subsequently, General de la Prelle and I were in very close contact and communications with regard to the conduct of the strike. As you can see, all of these bases were involved in the strike. We had U.S., British, French, and Dutch aircraft flying from Italian bases. We also had British Harriers flying off the carrier Invincible in the Adriatic. We had the NATO AWACS in the Adriatic Sea. We had airborne command and control posts. We also had a NATO AWACS flying up in the northern area. On two separate occasions, we have had RSK aircraft come out of Udbina and strike first in the Bihac area, a designated United Nations safe area, and secondly in Kazin, north of the safe area. It was our assessment that the aircraft at Udbina continued to pose a threat to the UNPRO 4 forces operating in Bihac, as well as to the safe area of Bihac city itself, and consequently we elected to strike it. The principal purpose was to ensure that we send a very strong signal to those factions involved with conducting the strikes that neither UNPRO 4 nor NATO will tolerate the use of air power from those bases that threaten United Nations forces or the safe areas.
So the NATO attack on the airport Udbina proves that in Bosnia we do not have a civil war, that Bosnia and Herzegovina is now being attacked across the border from Croatia, by the Serbs from Croatia, by the Serbs from Serbia, and by the Serbs from Montenegro. So this is not a civil war, and this is the final proof that this is not a civil war. So we have been attacked from a UN protected zone. So another UN protected zone in Bosnia is being attacked from a UN protected zone in Croatia, probably by the oil that the UN supplied to the Serbs. So this is an absurd situation that proves that this course must be abandoned and that a new course must be charted in Bosnia. And that is for once and ever to make a distinction between the aggressor and the victim. And the victim, in accordance to the UN Charter, must be helped, or at least let defend itself, and the aggressor must be attacked.
The airstrike on the Croatian Serb airport in Udbina was, I think, long overdue. We're obviously very thankful not only to the American forces, but to the Dutch, the British, and the French who carried it out. I think it will save lives. It'll help protect the civilian population in Bihac, and it'll help defend UNPRO against further air attacks.
So you think that NATO has acted too late?
No, I think they've delayed too long, but nonetheless they've acted, and that's very helpful. We have to see, though, whether or not there will be a further response against the artillery from the Krajina Serbs that is now attacking Bihac as well. That artillery attacking us from across the border is really causing most of the damage, and I think the air raid was intended to send a signal to silence that artillery as well. We'll see if that works or not.
I don't think that there is an immediate solution to this problem. It's very complex, deeply rooted in history. Europe understands some of that history. It is not going to be dragged into this war as a combatant, but it will do everything in its power to try and bring it to an end, and I think it has done that.
what's going to happen in the coming days, and do we have to fear an aggravation of the situation?
Yes, the situation will get worse over the next few days, but hopefully it will at the same time lay the foundations for a successful negotiation. As you know, the UN asked NATO to take action against the airfield in Croatia, which was being used by the Croatian Serbs to attack Bihac, and that has happened today. Now, the Serbs will cry foul and will try and use this as a justification for taking Bihac town itself, which is a safe area. There's a severe risk of that. I hope they will listen to reason. That there is no reason whatever to take Bihac. To take Bihac town will be to put them very much against the United Nations, and the airstrike on Udbina airport was fully justified under the Security Council resolutions.